Hi, I'm Zoe. Welcome to my kitchen, and this is Baking with Zoe from Cookbooks. And I just came up with that. Baking with Zoe. My guest today is Sarah Kieffer.
Hello.
And she's one of my besties and one of my absolute favorite bakers, and she writes some of my favorite cookbooks, and she has a new one, Baking for the Holidays. And today we're gonna make her chocolate tart, which is like totally decadent and beautiful, but simple.
Very simple. Okay, so I'm just creaming butter, sugar, salt until it's really creamy.
Okay.
I want to scrape down the sides, make sure everything's combined because you don't want like chunks of butter that didn't get mixed with the sugar.
Right.
Okay, so now we're doing eggs. I'm gonna whisk over the bowl with my shell. And a little vanilla.
Okay.
This is Zoe's like homemade vanilla, which is amazing. Okay, so this, when I mix this, it's gonna look very unpromising.
Oh, okay.
It's just kind of clumpy because there's so much liquid.
Yes.
But when we add the flour, it's gonna all even out. So don't panic if you're like, what is happening to my butter? So we're just gonna mix, it'll take a minute for it all to come together.
Okay, and you're just waiting until all of the dry gets
so everything is not wet, but together.
Okay. Yeah.
And then,
But not like a smooth ball or anything, just until it's combined.
Yep.
Got it.
and then I'll do a couple turns with the spatula just to like combine it.
Just the rubber spatula?
Yep.
I
It
see.
is forming a ball, but
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
Great. You made your
Made the dough.
dough.
We're gonna pat it into the pan.
Okay.
It's a 10-inch pan with 2-inch sides.
Yep.
You need something that comes up a little taller for this tart.
Okay. And you would call this a false bottom tart pan?
Thank you. Yes. You can see the bottom pops out, and that helps you release your desserts without any problem.
Yes, which is crucial at the end.
Okay. So
And do you have to prep the pan?
no, because there's so much butter, and the dough is just gonna pop right out.
Cool.
Okay. So I just like start pressing it in.
Okay.
Just
Distribute it like this.
And then I go up, mostly up the sides, like all the way.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Great. I'm just going to start this.
Yeah,
and
no,
then
that's
you
great.
can finish. Okay.
You're doing such a great job.
So you want me to throw that in the freezer?
Yes.
Okay.
That would be great.
Okay, great. Solid as a rock.
Solid as a rock. Okay, so we're gonna line this with parchment paper.
Okay.
Put pie weights in.
Great.
And then bake it. And I like to put it on a baking sheet.
Okay.
Just so it's on something sturdy. It's easier to get in and out of the oven.
Absolutely. Let me grab that.
Yes. Thank you.
So here's the baking sheet parchment, and then this is what I use for baking weights.
Okay.
It's just like dried beans and various other heavy things.
Yeah, I have a bag of rice that I use.
Oh, rice. Okay.
And I have bought the store-bought circle ones, but they don't work quite as well.
They don't work as well, and they're expensive.
They are very
Not like dried beans. I've been using these dried beans for like 10 years.
It's awesome.
So yeah.
Okay, so I just put it over and then press it down.
Great.
Pour the beans in.
Okay. And like a goodly amount, or just
I like to have it all the way so that the sides stay in place.
Yes. Good.
And that's good.
Is that enough or more?
That's good.
Okay.
And then
Okay.
and then I bake it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Great.
Just make
And
sure it's really in the
350.
350.
Good, because that's what I preheated.
Perfect.
Okay, great.
All
I'll
right.
throw that in. And about how long?
It takes about a half hour depending on your oven. I found my oven bakes like golden brown in 30 minutes, but
Okay.
I found some people it takes a little bit longer. So don't be afraid if it's taking longer. Just let it go till it's nice and golden brown.
Okay. And this is what we're making, right?
Yes.
Okay, so
Bittersweet
tell me about
chocolate
it.
tart with Irish cream.
Okay.
And the filling is basically a ganache with a little egg in there just to help
And
it
what's
sit.
ganache?
Ganache is chocolate and heavy cream that are warmed and made into like the silkiest, most wonderful concoction on the planet.
Okay, and then you add just a little bit of booze.
Yeah.
Because it's the holiday.
Because it's the holidays. And this is Irish cream from 5 Farms, which is amazing.
It's amazing. Okay, so let's talk about your chocolate because you have, like when you're making ganache, you don't want to put the cream, which I'm assuming you're going to warm up.
Yes, we're going to warm this.
On like a big block of chocolate.
No, it's better to have smaller pieces.
Mm-hmm.
I do it with this. Like I don't always chop it. Do you always chop yours?
Oh, you mean as opposed to just buying?
Like, would you chop this fine? Like a lot of recipes call for that.
Oh,
and I find like it still melts just fine.
Okay,
in like
good.
this shape.
Yeah.
How would you?
I don't know. Let me see how you make it, and then I'll tell you.
Then you tell me after it's good enough.
No. I'll just see if we have the same method.
Sure. Okay. So this is like bubbling and heated and a little scalded on top.
Okay, that's what you're going for, or that happened because I was drinking.
Well, it'll work. It's just fine.
Okay,
so I'm gonna pour it over the chocolate. I try to just cover all the chocolate.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna take a spatula. I'll grab one here.
Mm-hmm.
And just kind of make sure it's all covered.
Okay, good.
And then I like to put a piece of plastic over the top. It just kind of keeps the heat in.
Keep the heat.
We're gonna let that sit for 5 minutes and then stir it, and it should be smooth and beautiful. And then we're just gonna stir again, make sure it's perfectly smooth.
Okay.
Looks great.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Right?
Yes. It's perfectly smooth. It looks great.
Okay. And then we're gonna add some Irish cream.
Mm-hmm. Here, this one's open.
Open. Okay, so it's a 1/3 of a cup, and I have a little chocolate in there, but it's not gonna hurt anything. Okay. And I'm gonna take a whisk, and I'm just gonna slowly whisk this in.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna look a little funky, and then it'll come together.
Okay. It smells great.
It smells so good.
It smells so good. So if someone did not want to use the booze, which can't really relate to, but I know, no, it happens. Do you just recommend using nothing, or should they substitute something else for the consistency?
So you can just use nothing. We used to make this just a plain chocolate tart too, and then it works just great. Okay, so then I'm going to add my egg yolks. They're room temperature, so they will be okay being added to the warm chocolate.
So meaning it won't seize up your chocolate. Okay, great.
Just going to stir it in.
Yeah,
beautiful. Okay, and then an egg, and this time I'll crack it here so I don't get a really dirty look from Zoe.
So judgy.
It's okay.
It's okay.
I'm used to it. All right. Stir it in.
Okay.
Beautiful.
That's it. That's super simple.
Yeah, and then a little vanilla.
Okay.
And a pinch of salt.
Great. And you use just table salt?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Then it's
I think it calls for 1/4
of a teaspoon.
So I'm just gonna put about that in. I should have measured, but that looks good.
Yeah, that looks great.
Okay.
And you want a little glug of vanilla? Like a
perfect. Yep. And then we will pour this into our cooled shell.
Okay, great.
And then we'll bake this.
Bake that, right? Because you have the raw egg in there.
Yes, we want to bake it.
Okay,
just for a little bit. Perfect. All right.
Great. That's awesome. That's simple.
All right. So our crust has cooled down a little bit.
Okay.
And we're gonna I'm gonna just give this a stir, make sure it's combined.
Yeah.
And then I'm just gonna pour it in right into the shell.
Mm-hmm.
Like so.
And then this bakes for
about 20 minutes.
Oh, okay. Just to set.
To set it, you're gonna check it by gently wiggling it. The pan,
okay.
And it's gonna wiggle just like Jello.
Yeah.
And then it will continue setting when it's cooling.
Okay.
So
great.
Yeah.
Okay. Great.
So then
I'll
we'll
put that
it
in the oven. This is still a little warm. So. How's it look?
It looks perfect.
Okay. Let's see what you got. Do you need a hand?
All right, so you just want to shake it. It has like a tiny little jiggle there.
See that? Yeah.
And
It's almost like set Jello.
Yeah. You don't want it to be like sloshing, but just like a jiggle. and it's gonna set and then it'll chill and slice perfectly.
It's shiny and gorgeous. And then, okay, so this sets to what, like room temperature?
Yep, I let it just cool to room temperature and then put it in the fridge.
All right. Okay, it's chilled. It looks fantastic. So I think one of the things that people get confused about is how to get it out of here.
Right.
So you want to show them?
Right. So I like to just pop it, and this one came out real nice.
And then you have like a bracelet with a ring.
Beautiful bracelet.
It's really pretty.
Yes. You don't need your pan again. You can just put it down. The bottom sticks to it, and I just usually cut it on there.
Yeah, and that way it's like,
off.
yeah, and it gives it like some security.
Right. And I wanted Zoe to do the honors of piping whipped cream on top because she is the piping master.
Okay.
I usually just do like little rosettes around the top, but she's gonna wow us.
Okay, I'm not sure about that, but I have to say that what came to mind are fleur-de-lis.
Oh.
So we're gonna see. We'll see if it works. So the tip that you usually use to do the florets or stars is just a big star tip, right?
Yep.
So I'm using that same tip, but we're just gonna do something a little bit fancier. So I think I'll start at the edge here.
Okay.
And we'll do a shell. So it's just squeeze and up and then down.
Nice.
Right?
Beautiful.
And you could just do that all the way around. That would be pretty. Just, but I was thinking we would add to that and do a little off to the side. Right?
Yes.
Like that kind of a thing?
Yes.
What do you think?
I like it.
So each slice, this is going to be big slices. I don't know. This.
That looks awesome.
What do you think? Yeah? Okay. All right.
She's the master.
Ooh, it's fun. I don't know. My spacing is maybe not
It looks great.
perfect. You got to make sure
That's just so swoopy and natural.
And then you'll do the chocolate shavings over.
Yes, I like to do that. Just a little, chocolate on chocolate.
Yes, of course. I love that. And what do you use to grate the chocolate?
You can, like, if you don't want to spend a lot of time on it, do like a microplane zester.
Okay.
Just do like
that's
little tiny bits.
Yeah.
Or you could do a peeler and shave it on, or do curls. That looks really great.
You like it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I do.
We can't tip it. Otherwise,
It'll be a disaster.
but we'll take a picture from the top.
Yes.
I don't know if you can. We'll tip it.
There it is.
Awesome. Yeah. Okay. So you need a block of chocolate and a peeler.
Sure.
And then we'll grate some chocolate over the top and just gild the lily.
Yes.
Okay.
So this is just an easy way to make little chocolate shavings, but
And you're just using like a regular old grater.
Yep. And a block of chocolate.
Okay.
And you just kind of
That looks awesome.
put it over.
That's so pretty.
It is pretty.
Oh, Sarah, it's just gorgeous. Look at that.
My favorite is like the perfect sides of chocolate. I just love seeing it. It makes me so happy.
It's so beautiful. I love it.
All right.
This
ready?
was so fun. And then we get
to eat it.
we get tart at the end. Sarah, thank you. This was so much fun.
Thank you for having me.
Books and recipes always make me so happy. Well, thank you. You just have to keep making more and more and more of them. So
Thank you.
thank you for joining us. Don't forget to get Sarah's book for yourself and for all the gifts that you need to give this holiday. Right?
Yeah.
And make this tart. So good. That's a new tradition. Right?
Yeah.
I don't see why I couldn't eat this for breakfast. Some coffee. That Irish cream.
Yeah.
That's actually what you need at the holidays.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. You can taste it. It's in there.